We want to reach everyone. And we want your industry and company to enjoy from our knowledge on this thought leadership series. Yes, I see you all in the chat box. Hello, 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 Heaven. Heaven from Lagos, Nigeria. Oh, hi, Wanola. I see you. I see you. Welcome, welcome on board. Please keep dropping it in the chat box. I will see it. I will celebrate you. Okay, so with me here is somebody awesome, like somebody so beautiful, not just beautiful physically, but even intellectually. I mean, somebody that is walking book. Oh my God. You know, when you have in any gathering or you're in the same room with her, you have to buga. You know that buga that we're talking about? Yes, like your shoulder pad is gonna be high because she's a lady of influence, affluence, anything you can think about, like an intelligence level. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, when one of our holy books, when they said people came to look for a particular king, yes, that she's that kind of person that people gather to listen and to gain from a wealth of knowledge. I know you're thinking that who is this person? You are trying to see, is there that kind of, is that person existing? Oh yes, that kind of person exists. And with me here is, yeah. Okay, with me here is Usiola Ikudinaki. Yes, you heard me correctly. You know, when I first saw her name, I saw like she was Igbo. I found out that she was from Ondo State, and that name is Orukoide. For those that don't understand, but it means it's a deep name with deep meaning. So with me here is Usiola Ikudinaki. She's a seasoned brand marketing and communication expert with over 15 years. 15 years. You see, Senobi today, the journey, you don't say 15 years of brand management experience working with several high-profile brands across different industries. You know, I wasn't surprised when I was looking through her profile and I saw that she had moved from, FMCG, work to premium industries, and even fintech companies, not small ones, like I mean the big brands. And she transitioned into fintech a while ago as a marketing director of one of the biggest, quote me anywhere, biggest fintech in Nigeria. Please welcome with me, Usiola Ikudinaki. We are clapping from everywhere you are in the world. Clap, 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 clap. Usiola, you're welcome.
That was a soft landing for me.
I know. But you deserve it. It's just the truth. That's who you are, yeah.
I'm humbled, and that is the truth. But I must say that I have so many guys in the industry. Have you not noticed that this industry, we don't retire?
No, at all. How can we?
Don't retire. So I have so many guys, and respect to every one of them. And like I've always known, I'm still a learner, I learn every day. We're not an island. So it's a great phase for all of us. But I'm glad and I'm grateful to God for how far I have been here, when I'm in here in this industry, and the grace to even evolve, and not be static in one place. You understand me? The grace to keep moving. And, I've crossed from many segments or many industries, is it from client side to agency side and all that. So I have tried small, and I'm grateful for that.
You've tried plenty. That's the word. When I was looking to your profile and I see how big you are on personal branding, because I'm a kind of person that also loves personal branding a lot, because I believe branding starts with you. If you would brand me, if you brand my industry, then you yourself should have a brand identity and a position as an individual. And so when I looked through, and I was like, wow, I'm so happy. She's an ambassador for brand positioning, for personal branding, and it's so good. And I'm sure everybody can see. You see now, even looking at her, you know that she's a brand. Like, see that brand last one? Everything speaks brand from her. She speaks brand, and it's so nice to know that about you. It means that, and I'm not surprised. When we shared the flyer on LinkedIn, a number of people were just reposting it, like, and it shows that you have impacted their life in so many ways, and we are so happy and honored to have you here once again. Once again, everybody, I want you to celebrate Usiola in the comments. Celebrate her. Tell her how beautiful, gorgeous, and how awesome she is. Celebrate her. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so now we'll be moving to the agenda, to the major thing, the cocoa we came for today, and that is in our brand chat today. We'll be talking about the impact of culture on brand sustenance. During the COVID-19, when COVID-19 came on board in 2020, a lot of brands could not actually sustainability was a big one for them. A number of industry brands and different industries had to fold up, close out and all of those stuff. And sustainability was a big issue. And that is why we're looking at how culture has been able to impact, how culture would impact brand sustainability. And we know that you have a very big, you are like the big, a big player. I wrote something down here when I was preparing, and I said that we can say that you have the giant share of market decision when it comes to making the right market decision. By when a brand makes marketing decision, then I think you should be the one they should be talking to, because as an individual, you make such decision. And when it comes to that agency that can make that decision for you, please reach out to Corner Marketing. We can make that decision for you too. Okay. So that being said, I would like to ask, how do you see brands ability, them being able to sustain themselves, how culture can help sustain them? Because I see that when we talk about, let's say, pop culture, there's the part of music, there's social media, there's technology, there's sport, there's a lot of things happening. And one of the things that happened during that COVID-19 was a lot of people were not able to speak. Sustainability was a big deal. How do you see, what do you think brands can do to sustain themselves when it comes to culture? How can culture help when it comes to brand sustainability? Let's start from there. Yeah.
Okay, Abisola, thank you so much. Your reference to the COVID era. I must say that the COVID era has taught a lot of us lessons. Firstly, it wasn't expected, and it is not something you can plan for. And that is the truth. It is not something you can plan for. But the main thing there is that for every brand, it is your connection with your audience, the connection with your customers that sustain them through that time. A lot of them were almost at the point of folding up, but because they had a relationship with customer, they had understand where and how to meet with their customers at that period or at that time. So it wasn't not such bad for them. They could still survive or come after. And the truth is that a lot of brands that survive are brands in the tech space. That is the brands that can connect digitally with their audience. Sure. Do you understand me? People that are into manufacturing or production, where you have to travel miles and there was no movement, there was lockdown, and your products were not on the shelves. Even going to the shelves was so much of a big deal. You wouldn't blame them if you don't see them in the market these days, because at that time, what their source of income, revenue, and a lot of things that could have helped the brand grow were not there. So I would say that a lot of brands that sustained that era are brands that are on the surface. When I mean on the surface, they are brands that could deal digitally with their customers. And you asked me these questions about culture. Now I will say to you that the first thing about brands and culture is adaptability. You have to. As a brand, you cannot say, I want to say this in Yoruba, where people say, this is how we do it. A lot. This is how we do it. This is how we do it does not work when you know that you want something from me. Is it that you compromise and you come to my own understanding and you speak my language? Do you understand me? That is the only way I can feel you. And if I feel you, we may be able to exchange things. Do you understand that? So, and I also go back to brands connecting with, especially the Gen Z. Oh God, I love them. I love them because they've helped us to redefine, to reshape a lot of things about marketing, and it comes from them wanting self-identity, the self-love thing, and the self-expression. They are the young people. They want to know that this brand is for me, and if you're for me, you have to be like me. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You cannot like me. You have to make me see me in you. So I think it's just as simple as that, because when we say culture is a way of life, you understand me?
Yes, it is.
And as a brand, your promise is not in tandem with my way of life. How do I also engage you? How do I come to your level? Do you get that? So for me, it is very key for brands to understand their customers and speak the customers' language. And that goes back to adaptability, because if your customers are the young people in Lagos, the young people in Port Harcourt, the young people in Abuja, it's fine. How about the young people in the north? Are they also your customers? Don't you think that there are nuances that you also have to go through or you have to see in order to get to those people? Young people are almost the same everywhere in terms of wanting freedom and wanting expression. That is key. But there are other things that are needs. The people in Lagos are quite different from people in probably the rural area, even though we are all young. And these days, what the social media is doing for us is beginning to bring almost everybody together. It's either you want to be like them or you admire them, or there's something about them you keep looking for.
Very
So
true.
yes, we can do away from that marriage of understanding, compromising, and also making it connect.
Wow, wow, wow. See wisdom. I want you all in chat session. Don't say, don't leave me, don't leave me, because
So that's
don't say
okay. I
don't
hear
leave me.
you.
Okay, Tara, thank you so much for that. And I hear you say Gen Zs, Gen Zs. These days, that's why I say that I've said that. We're no longer, we were shouting new normal, new normal, new normal. We're moving to next normal. If you're going to do next normal, you need to think about the Gen Z, because those are the future. They're the future of the industry. And those are the people that are munching on all these things. Like you said, social media, that's where they are. They want to look like something. They want to see themselves in whatever you're doing. So we know that there are different elements of brand of pop culture. We have music, we have sports, we have a language, we have a lot of things. I want to ask that which of the elements of pop culture can brands leverage on to stay connected with their target audience? So if they're going to stay connected, like you mentioned, that there's a need to stay connected with your brand or with your targeted audience. So which of these elements of pop culture do you think brands can, harness to, stay connected to their targeted audience?
Okay, let's take it from here. The pop culture, there's music, there's fashion, there's sports, there's food. Do you understand? Yes, there is food. I might not be able to list everything. I know there's movies, maybe cinema, comedy, arts. You understand me? All these are elements of pop culture that brands can leverage on. However, as a brand, like I have said, it is a big deal to know your customer, to know your consumer, to know your audience and the language that they speak and what they will want to hear from you. I'm trying my best today not to mention brand names, but I think this is a chat. I might, chip in some names of brands. Not that I have any relationship with them or connected with them in any way. I just want to say that some brands have, over the years, they've been doing this. And the first brand that comes to my mind here is Pepsi. Pepsi is a global brand now coming to Nigeria, adapting and leveraging on pop culture to push the brand and to connect more to their audience. I remember during the lockdown, there was a Turn Up Friday. I'm not too sure where Dotsman, we call him, was the uncle of that program. We are all home. It was lockdown. Yet this brand could feel us and it could connect with us while we were there. And the program was on for us. It was refreshing, it was a musical program. Do you get that? Then I also mentioned a bank, there's Access Marathon. It is actually part of this brand's tools of engagement. Do you understand me? It is part of us. Most of us might not even bank with them, but for that reason, they are in our subconscious. We know what they are doing. So pop culture, and I'm sure that, what will I say these days? Like a lot of brand leverage on music. There are a lot of Ilea, during those Muslim holiday, pockets of brands would do things. Ilea Festival here, you go to Agege, there's a small doctor doing something on behalf of a brand. Everywhere is branded with bottles, or what I'm trying to say, So I think Nigeria, we've come of age and we're really trying in things of leveraging on pop culture to talk to our audience. Do you get it? Like I've mentioned that music is key. I know that brands are doing movies, but I think that we are not doing so much in terms of movies. I'm still looking forward to when brands will have a story around sports and love. Gen Z now, we love stories. Did I say we? Okay, a part of me is there, sharp.
Yes, I get that.
Stories that will resonate with them. And we all love sports, or most especially the people here would want football, and they love love. There's Jackpot stories. That is another pop culture we are not even looking at. Jackpot stories is actually a big deal. It is a big deal. Then, when we talk about art, we are beginning to love art. You understand? People are beginning to see artwork as a big deal, even though it is still a cerebral thing and it depends on your choice or your passion. Brands can still leverage on that. We have to find our audience and speak to them. And when I say speak to them, leveraging on this pop culture that we've mentioned, I don't want to say that we've done so much with music. We've done so much with music that we can leverage on other things. And I'll also say that content creation is another thing we are not looking at, or we are not looking at that much, because content creator have come to stay. And the truth about this is that they are not into advertising. They are not into the brands. They are individuals on their own, creating content, and they have their own communities, and they have influence over these communities. So it's left for brands to find people or content creators that would have the same values, interests, desires with their brand, and we amplify their voices, you understand, and let it be like an organic thing from these people talking about our brands or doing things about our brand. It does not have to be so structured. It just wants to understand that this is how this brand is. I don't want you to go off this. I don't want you to do this. Then before you know it, you're having community of people, ambassadors of your brand all over. The days of big celebrity endorsement is beginning to fade. It's something that is going, and all the other parts are coming up. I can be a celebrity today, do you know? And you also can be.
Sure.
Take your TikTok, take your Snapchats. We all have different talents. There's something that I can do. I'll have my own community. And before you know it, consistency, and giving my community what they want, the engagement they need. A rising celebrity is coming up. Do you get me? And before you know it, I have authority, I have influence, I have words, I have power over my community. And I can actually, as that person, cancel a brand for that community. I've watched, I used to follow a particular person on Instagram, and she was talking about a seasoning that is a seasoning product. And, she kept saying, anytime I put it in my meal, it's always salty, And before I know it, I used to put it in my meal. It's not salty when I'm cooking it, but I just, this moment, when I go to the chef, I just find that I don't buy it anymore. Do you understand? That is the power of an influencer. So I think that there are a lot of things we can leverage on. And as brands, custodians, as marketing people, we have to be, how will I say it? It is a fast pace for us. It evolves, it moves. We just have to move in tandem with the situation of our industry.
Oh, wow, a lot. Another session of wisdom. I want you to just, everyone just put in the chat box and say, don't leave me. That wisdom is so much. Just put it there. Say, don't leave me, Itola, don't leave me. Okay, thank you very much for that, Itola. You said something when we started. You said something about, you said it in Yoruba. You said people say that Bashiman Shemiye. In English, that's how we used to do it. And it's something that Gen Zs are not so cool with. That's how we used to do it. And if there's something I know, Connect Marketing for, they're one of the leading agencies when it comes to leading company, when it comes to allowing and giving the space to Gen Zs, allowing them also blossom and bring up their idea. And when you do this Bashimanshi, that's how we do it. It's very hard to do things differently. But how do you think counterculture, how do you think companies and brands can leverage counterculture when it comes to niche marketing? How do you think they can?
Okay, I would give I have a reference or an example of that. Okay. There's a particular product from India.
Okay.
It's used there. It's a drug. It's an herbal supplement. So let me use the correct word, herbal supplement. Okay. And it's used for their females in a particular community over there, for the females, to help them in terms of their menstrual, their growth as reproductive women as a whole. They realize that when they get to a particular age, like when they get to the menopausal age, they are still very vibrant. They are still very, the growth is good. Everything about them is just on point. And it's as a result of this herbal supplement that they have been using. Now, I've been in part of a team that we're working on this. And we are saying that it is a niche. When we come here, it is not something we are very used to say at the age of 16, 18, start taking this supplement for a very long time, because a lot of us are the Nigerian system, we're not used to having a child take something every time. We want to question it. But you have taken their research documents saying that this thing has worked over the years and it works well. Now we are trying, after our research, the audit, everything that we've done for this brand in order to understand what it to offer you. And we said, okay, it has to be niche, and we'll get it to people at the age of 40 and above. And what am I telling you? You can still have that youthful glow after 40. You don't have to take drugs. Now, I'm a typical Yoruba girl, and I'll say it and I'll translate. Eni kon lo mo.
Yes, sir.
That is, it is the person that the thing is biting. It is you that know where you're from. Yeah, you understand. Especially women. Have you spoken to people that are going through menopause before? I've taken time to ask questions based on this project, and I've found out that they are going through hell, but we cannot say it out because it's not something we discuss. It is like it's for women. I cannot even discuss with my friend because my symptom is different from us. By the way, I'm not menopausal yet. You understand? But I'm just using that because I'm a lady, you know, that my symptom is different from yours. This is this out flashes, pain, freckle bones, a lot of other things. And this is not a drug. It is a supplement that will ease what you are lost and what you have lost in terms of shedding of the blood that has stopped, and this will also going to help your body activate this and that and that. Now we are going to niche marketing for those products. Why not let's focus on these people? That is their pain points and target them. From where the drug, the supplement is coming from, it is a general thing for them. But for here, because of our culture, because we've studied our environment, and we know that to make this move, why not do this? Do you understand me? So when it's about the way you do there and the way you do here, it is you understanding who you want to talk to and understanding their pain and speaking their language. And I think that those are the things that can help us. Do you understand? Like I said, you have to localize, you have to adapt. You have to bring elements from there that we aspire to have, and the elements from here that will make me feel is part of what I do. Then I also want to talk about, is it Domino's? I know that they have spices or flavors that are so spicy. I've seen suya, I've seen, is it chicken peri peri? I've seen a lot of things that is telling me that, oh, pepper, bless you, you know, we are trying to move up diets now, you know, so pepperoni and all that. I was trying to say that this is for Nigeria, this is for the Yoruba, this is for you people. You like atta, we'll give you atta in the sophisticated way. Are we not eating it?
We are.
But when you go abroad and you see, sometimes we don't even go to those stores because they're like, mede. I can't, except I have my chili with me. Do you get it now? They have come to speak your language. They have come to put themselves in your shoes, and you have come to love them, and you've come to take ownership because you can see you in them. I hope I've been able to explain that.
Yes. There's just a lot of wisdom in this room. Like, as I'm smoking, really coming out of my head because it's hot. Like, okay, so looking at globalization, how does globalization affect culture? And then how can brands leverage the opportunities within this?
What I'll say about that, globalization is beginning to make all of us the same. You get the gist? We are all beginning to be like, the way they are doing there is the way we are doing here. Firstly, I noticed something about globalization that is, though if it's not well managed, it might erode your local culture. Do you understand? Because people are beginning to have problems with their identity, in the sense that people do not even know who they are anymore, because you are seeing A, you are seeing B, and you can't find you. Do you understand? And because this is becoming things you see every time, no other person is speaking to you to be able to make you understand your roots and what you're standing for. You get it? But for me, that is just one of the downsides of that. The big deal is that I would also make practical examples of this. Almost everybody know what Bone Street is. Have you asked yourself why? Bone Street, why? Why do everybody know Bone Street? It is part of this because it is easy to gather this information. It is something that we see. All our ears has to be straight. We all want to be like them. We all want to be the same. One industry or one segment of the market that I'm sure that globalization and this culture exchange that really helped is the hair industry. That is the weaves industry or the weave business. I see a lot of us women going into this industry. We are going into it and we are here and we are making bucks of money. You know why that is? Because it is easier for us. It has brought communication easier. The exchange of culture, we've seen the beauty, and when people go for gala show, when they go for a lot of things, how they happen. We all want to be like that. We all want to be funky, and that is the truth. You see the ones that are older than you, the 50 and above at work, everybody's on their jeans, wearing their jacket on it. Where are they getting all these things from now? That is not what they were even a year or 2 years ago. Their tie was here. It was not even here. It was here. You know? But now we are all calming down. You understand me? We are all calming down. Like everybody's calming down. We are trying to understand. We are trying to, because I'm going to give you instances that where you want to talk to someone. Have you noticed that sometimes when you're shoot up as in corporately dressed, and you want to approach someone, or you are business casual, have you noticed that, have you observed these days that even MDs of companies would even want to interact with you because you're business casual, even more than the people that are in suits?
Because you don't look too serious. Like,
you don't look so serious, and they're like, okay, they know what they are doing. It's not that you're improperly dressed, not that you're not decently dressed. Now it has come to stay. You're approachable, you're beautiful, you're relaxed, there's freedom. So and most times because of this, we've attached, or we've found out that we've seen that creativity and freedom seems to be twins. Do you understand it? Have you realized that people tell you that no, I can't do all that, It won't even make me think which one is dressing, when it should. Let me just be myself. I'll give it to you, especially the creative guys. All this is coming from somewhere. Go to see the other work ethics of other organizations abroad and that same industry. That is the way it seems it is. So I think it has helped us a lot, and the opportunities there are so much. Music is part of it. When you are online and you see Beyonce dancing to Wizkid's music, it pleases you. You understand me? But that is what globalization in terms of culture has done for us. We've exchanged music, we've exchanged food. It just sometimes saddens me that we've not done so well in terms of food. When the other people are saying cheese and potato, or chips and cheese and what have you. What happens to bread and akara? We've not. I'm telling you. I'm saying that in Dubai, for example, our food are not all over the place. As Nigerians, our food has not spread all over. Not all our foods are spicy that might not be good for them over there in terms of their absorption or anything. But we have lovely that afang thing. I'm a Yoruba girl, but that thing is something that the whole world needs to taste it. I know that this is coming from Nigeria. So these are things that we have to exchange. We have to monetize. But most times, because of we as Africans, we allow the other ones to be superior in terms of their offerings. You understand me? But I hope that as time goes on, we keep learning these things. Now, Japa is also going to help us. You know why? Because a lot of us are moving. I have put us very, very beautiful. A lot of us are jackpotting. You understand? When I'm saying that is tomorrow, you might be there. No apologies. So a lot of us are jackpotting. And when we get there, I just told you about food. What makes you think that this Afang thing I'm talking about, I might not be the first person to open that branded Afang shop? You understand me? So we will also go there, carry our ideas, things that we've known, we'll take it over there. Because I know that my brothers and sisters have already moved before me, and they are there. And it will be so nice to have, it will be so comforting for them to have homemade meals. I know people are really doing that, but it has not come to be like the McDonald's, like the Domino's, Our food too can go all over the world. It can go. When I say our akara, it is Andy now. Why is it only pop? So let's see how it goes.
Wow, thank you very much for that again. Please put it again in the chat box. Say, don't leave me. Wisdom. Okay, so I want us to just go on a quick break just for a few seconds. While we do that, please engage with somebody else on that page. Say hi to that next person from another country. Say hi to that person from another geographical location.
This is different. I like to see this. So let's do this. No boundaries, to what we do together with the NBA. We spend some time. A new thing in Africa as well, in Nigeria.
I've never seen anything like this floating on. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to get a video.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello, my connect buddy. I hope you met somebody, one or two people there. It's a time to also connect. Remember, we are connect marketers. We connect people, we connect them, we connect everybody. Okay, now we'll be continuing. And I hope a lot of wisdom has been shared there. I hope you are picking your own. That's what I'm saying. Don't leave me. That don't leave me means pick your own. Don't miss out on this. Okay, so the next question we have here is, what trends influence pop culture in Nigeria today, and what cultural shifts should brands look out for?
I'll come from the, let me say it this way, for cultural shifts that you want brands to look out for. Okay. There's a part of our industry that is growing and we are not leveraging on, is a trend spotter. Those are expertise on that. But because probably some of us have gone for little training under their tutelage and things like that, we can also pick some trends. Like I said, music is evergreen. It will not stop. Do you get it? Because it's from music that a lot of us are unified. If sports does not unify everybody, I think music does much more than that. That is number one. And don't forget that I said there are people that do trend spotting. We need them when you're planning for your brand, when you're doing in the beginning of the year, having brand plan and all that. Those are people you should look out for and engage them, and it can also help you and fill you in with those gaps that you need in terms of trend spotting. Trend spotting actually leads to cultural shift. But that being said, I know that I had mentioned that snackable videos have come to stay. Those are things that I think is helping or reshaping this industry. I had mentioned content creation, that they have come to take ownership. Like they don't belong to anybody. Do you understand? If I start talking today and I do it consistently on brands and all this, tomorrow I can begin to talk about brand. And have you noticed the cancel culture? I don't want to call a name, but I know that when I refer, you would understand. During the era of Sorosoke, us as a people, I'm not saying that I'm part, but as a people, we had someone who is an actor, come politician, and we cancelled him. As in,
yes, we did.
We did cancel him.
Yeah.
That is the power of these people. That is the power of us. That is the power of the media. So these things have come to stay. And if there's going to be a cultural shift, you must understand that people are more expressive, bold, and it is expected that if you mess up, you'll be punished. However, we can forgive easily. We can love you back if you had loved us before, and there's a connection between us. Have you seen that some of us will complain about a telecommunication, what's it called, a network, and yet I don't still know why you are still married to that network.
You don't get choice.
You get it. Sometimes too, you're complaining about a particular service. Sometimes there are choices. You're like, well, then she better tell. They don't do that before. They don't do that before. Do you get it? This is something that we are falling back on. So I will say to you that the snackable videos have come to stay. Content creation, the TikTok, the Snapchat. I'm sure in months or in a year's time, there will be other apps that will be like this. Do you understand me? So we have come to realize that advertising is beyond the paid media. Do you understand me? It's beyond sponsored ads, even on Instagram or Facebook. Now it is going organically. You have to look for, like I said earlier, amplify voices of content creators. Look for people that are in tandem with the vision of yours, with the values, with your beliefs, with your system, with your desires. Now I see people cooking online. They are not saying anything. Now I'm talking a lot about food. A part of me is okay. I love those little foods. You see people cooking and they're using this particular brand or three brands. And before you know it, she's always using this thing. Let me try it. She has not said a word. She only poured it. She has about 2,000 or 5,000 followers. She only poured it. And most of us are women. Do you get it? We're talking about probably hair. There's a particular person that talks about a good hair. Subtle endorsements. Okay. Seems more organic and people tend to align with that. Do you understand me? So the shift is going from, I want to even ask you a question. When last have you actually sat down, to watch TV and see a paid ad?
TV, no, but I'll be more on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. So I already do TV these days.
Yeah, and when you see a paid ad even on those places, I'm sure you skip them or you just move.
I just feel like, oh, please, I'm not interested. I want to just.
If you are following someone and you like their content, and they are just wearing a T-shirt that talks about maybe just connect marketing T-shirt.
Marketing services.
I'll just start today. Tomorrow she's saying to me, I'm connect marketing. We are doing this, we are doing that. She didn't say that yesterday. She just said it casually today. That has sunk into some people's mind.
Yeah.
I think that our orientation, our mindset would also have this cultural shift, that it is not that rigid and definite and structured as it used to be. There are other ways that you can penetrate into the minds of your audience. So
Wow.
that is
Wow.
it.
Wow. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Let me add this to it.
Okay. Okay.
Have you noticed that wellness and beauty is becoming an in thing?
Yes, so everybody
We
wants
all-
fast for me.
Nobody wants to grow old. That has always even
Nobody.
been something that, okay, I don't want to grow. But now everybody wants to become shapely. Almost all the babes wants to become shapely.
You got
It's
it.
scary, but it's coming to stay gradually.
Yeah.
Also, technology does something for us that we don't have to go through surgery
Mhm.
to get that figure 8. Now imagine I'm saying it and I'm not being vain, or that could be the vain part of me. That somebody is telling me that if I go for one kind of technology massage or is it a laser thing, you push my thing, I will save all my money. I won't buy a car. You should go that time you do it. Why? I'm a professional, isn't it?
Yes.
Why is that a big deal to me?
You're trying to this person. You want to
Those
look
are the things. Yeah, I want to look good, but I don't want to go under the knife. Give me another alternative. So let's look, see, before you know it, like I said, wellness and beauty, music is ever there, snackable videos, these apps and all those things will still come on board. We also want our children are telling you when they come back from school, GSS1, GS2, mommy, I want to be on YouTube. I want to be telling people how when I do PS5, I need it. GS2, is that what they taught you in school? No, my friend is doing it. He has 100 followers.
and it's earning in dollars. It's doing well.
100 followers. Your son does not even know about the money part. He just sees that he has people following him. He has friends. You have to help them. Do you understand? Is it like you give conditions? Okay, when you go to school, when you get this score, don't worry, I'll open for you. I'll start guiding you. And you're telling me that what rules are we putting in place now? Everything is over there. So the shift is a big deal. And we also, as brands, needs to watch it and fit into it.
Wow. That's a lot of wisdom there. That's a lot. Thank you so much, Utila. Okay, so like I said that you, for one, you're big on personal branding. I'm an ambassador for personal branding. And there's something I always say. I always ask people that if you were not working with this brand organization, will you still speak well of them? Or you are only speaking well or preaching the gospel of the organization because you work there? So let me use myself as an example. Right out of school, the first place I worked was here in content marketing as an intern, and I worked here for a while before I was on my NYC, and I left for a while. And for every organization I have worked with after content marketing, then I worked with 2 other organizations for 3 years. I'd always spoken about content marketing. I would always, for everything I say, I would always refer back to content marketing service because of the impact they had on me. They didn't pay me, they didn't give me money or anything. They had done so much to me that I wanted to come back. And when the opportunity came out earlier this year to come back to content marketing, I tell you, so I jumped at it and here I am back here. It's not because of anything, but it's because of the way they build a brand, and also they take care of their staff. And to be honest, if you're working with content marketing, you are like their number one person. They take the client and you, the staff, you're this, like they treat everybody the same way, and that is why everybody wants to work here. So I want to ask that: how when it comes to employee branding, how does it affect building a brand? How does it affect the brand building itself? How does employee branding affect the brand building? Yeah.
Okay. How does it affect? I'm just going to talk about
let me say how important is employee branding.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I'm going to talk about my understanding of employee branding.
Okay.
Honestly, there's a quote I saw about 2 days ago. I'm going to paraphrase it. I even shared with my team, saying to them that I think from Simeon Sneak, I'm not sure if I got his name very well. He was talking about if you understand people, you understand me, and in the way you treat people. If you understand your people, you understand business. Do you understand what that means? That means it is people first. If you don't value what you have, they cannot help you push what you think you want to sell. For me, employee branding is about the people working with you, their perception of you, the perception of stakeholders, the perception of job seekers. You understand? And honestly, it is a part of me that I even don't know how I got myself into that. I am very big on employee branding, as in I think that if I work here, I should carry you here. It is just simple. It is not about you giving me daily bread that I've come to work. When an employee keeps saying that, I've come to work, why am I doing extra for you? You've not done extra for them. So let me give you an instance, or I have a lot of, because this is a part of me, a part of my working career too, that I'm always involved in. And I've heard people talk about different things, like a senior person was just employed, you had discussions and all that. And the first day she was going to assume duties, she was going to sit on her desk, as in she started with that thing and work started. And I'm saying that, what about the brand values? What about the brand personality? What about the culture of this place? What about the environment? Are we not going to talk to her? Will she not understand? Do you understand me? What is your orientation? She's coming from somewhere. This is not how we do there. You people should understand that no matter how our industry looks alike, no matter what we do, she's coming, she's bringing something. Let her know what we have on the ground. I'm not talking about my organization. I'm not talking about anywhere now. These are part of things that I've sat down to work on. And no, we need her. We've been waiting for this person, the department, high flyer, star. But have you forgotten the soft skills? How does she adapt? How does she move? How does she understand how we do here? As little as dressing is actually an important factor. Where you come to an organization, we said it's business casual, and you are casually dressed with slippers every day, and you are saying to me it's casual. Have you forgotten that we said business casual? Do you understand me? Yes, so employee, that is just a part. Employee branding is for you, for your people to imbibe the culture of the organization, to imbibe the values of the organization and carry it everywhere they go. I know of a company now, of a bank, saying that their senior management people, they have so much soaked themselves into the brand, but the brand wants to push lifestyle. Do you understand? Lifestyle. So, lifestyle is like an unconscious thing. We just see people, if you influence other people, we just admire you. I like the way she dresses. I like what she posts online. You don't know that is a calculated effort. And they are picking about 12 of their high flyers. And what they are doing is that we're going to manage them outside the organization. So what we are doing is we're going to talk about lifestyle. That is a pillar we're going to use. This is about employee branding. And the pillar is that, okay, on a Friday, she's wearing the company's t-shirt, for example, on a jeans, looking very sweet, cool and admirable. And you're saying, at work today, it's dance evening. At work today, it is dance evening. That's the only thing she has posted. In a week's time, she's wearing just that same business casual. 2 hours with my son, PTA meeting. We got to do what we got to do, mothers. 2 hours with my son, a meeting. Do you understand? PTA meeting. Be back at work before 2. People around you would appreciate, and they, we like you. You just talked about your office. Are you saying that part? That even in your lifestyle, employee branding is coming out, and that is what we are pushing. But we are not so rigid about this pushing. And you are seeing the MD of the company sitting down, crossing his leg. You understand me? What I would say again is that the major thing or the key factor on employee branding is that it could be the employees imbibing the values of the brand. Okay. It is very important. And apart from imbibing the values of the brand should also make an effort. Brand retention, brand reputation, brand ambassadorship are also almost most times a function of the employee. So when there's a mass movement from your company, what exactly are you telling us? And it is also your employee that brings about thought leadership. If I'd come here on behalf of my company to talk, you would have perceived me, and in every way you must have perceived, or you must have measured me or gauged me. I represent my company. Do you understand? Like I said, if I had come here to represent my company, those are part of the employee branding. That's what it does to you. You understand? You let your people be. You make sure that the wellness of your people is very important. Then I think that I saw somewhere, I'm also going to paraphrase. You are not human resources manager. You are humans manager. Human beings, we are not resources. We are human. Value us. You understand me? And I think that in tandem with corporate services, marketing, and human resources department or human managers department, employee branding is a key thing. It is a big deal. There's a way you package your people. I don't let me use the word package. There's a way you make your people feel that other people in the world or people around them would want to be like them. Growing up, I'm sure that our parent had worked in establishments that if I call 2 or 3 names, you'd be like, oh yeah, I like it. Like those days of Nitel,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then PC of those days.
Mhm.
There's the way the people feel about where they work.
Yeah.
Some of us these days, we work in organizations, we don't even want you to know where we work, yet we
Yeah.
earn more, we look good. It's about us. The truth there is that our values is not in sync with our company's value, or we don't even know it. Anywhere you go, you should be able to represent your company. Do you understand? That is,
Yeah.
if your company is just not paying you, if they're after you, as in the well-being of their staff, I remember the days MTN just came, we all wanted to work in MTN. I'm sure it's not because of money alone. It's the way that the staff feels so powerful, and like that the world is, they feel on top of the world. It's something that is pushing them. Like I said once before to some people that, you work in a company, your child is carrying a school bag, it has your company's logo or something about your company. It's not all about money. It's a pre-calculated thing. It can be something that, okay, instead of you to earn like 500, we'll give you 450. This 50 will be things that would use. You understand me? If only we go and we are intentional, those are subtle things that even push your brand.
Yeah.
I remember that the time companies came up with ties, came up with these, those are top paraphernalias of companies. It is not compulsory, but these are subtle messages. It does not have to be things that we use at work. They should be able to use it outside work. Those are some of those things that we don't see as management or as head of organizations. That know the tie, the scarf, they bring it to office. Must it be tie and scarf? Can it not be air ruffle?
Yeah.
Do you understand me? Can it not be outside work? Can it not be my son's school bag? Can it not be branded socks? Must it always be everything that I wear to the office and all of us will now look at the same in the office? I mean, it is boring. I'm okay, with respect to them, I might not be boring to them, but I'm thinking that it is boring for me. We can do things outside work. It can be branded wristwatches, that it is not every time. Everything I'm wearing is all about my company. Anybody that sees me, I'm on green, I'm on orange, I'm on brown, I'm on purple. You understand me? Can it just be outside? Employee branding speaks a lot about you caring for me outside work and about me, knowing that you love me, and everywhere I go, I am representing you. The employees are the ambassadors of your company, your first ambassadors, apart from the celebrating and all that. Then number two, they are also they give you the how will I call it? People look at you as thought leaders. When you have employees that could maybe outspoken employees that you're pushing to have conversations. Some companies don't even want the employees to talk online. They don't want you to do anything so that you are not taken away from them. You get it? But we are coming from somewhere now. I mean, so if like this, some people are in places that like I've been here for 20 years, I've been here for 15 years. Go and ask them why. Not that they don't have other alternatives, but there's something about the values, about the company that has made them stick together. Employee branding is very essential to brand sustenance. It is essential to brand building. Your people, if you cannot manage your people, then you cannot manage your customers. That means you don't know how to manage people. And you're not selling to dummies, you're selling to people. I am so big on humans. I'm so big on people. See, people, all we've got is people.
Yeah.
Nothing else. These people. So if you cannot make me love you, if you cannot tell me who you are, if you cannot let me see your values, if I cannot imbibe the values, what exactly are you telling me to go and sell to other people? Somebody is marketing, I'm telling the person that, okay, buy these glasses, it is good, the frames is different. It's like, it's very good, Abi. I said yes. How many do you have? It's only this one. The other one I'm using is from Dolce & Gabbana. Is from this. And you have for your company. Buy this one. It's actually cheaper than the other ones. Do you know what you have just done there? Do you understand me? So I think employee branding is a big deal. It is a big deal in brand sustenance. It is subtle. It is not paid for. It is not all those big things. But before you know it, those are people that will speak your word everywhere. And that is the first impression about you anyway. You understand? There are some nationals in Nigeria now, when they say, where do you work? And like, is something company. I don't want to mention the nation. Is this company? Workaholic. Hey, slavery. These are things that employee branding, it has done to those brands. Do you understand? It is not that their product is bad. They actually have some of the best products in the market. But when they talk about people management, it is powerful. So employee branding is key.
Wow. Thank you very much, Itera. Thank you so much. And I just keep remembering something I spoke about recently on LinkedIn when I was saying that until organizations, brands realize that their employees are stakeholders when it comes to marketing and sales of their products. They've not started, because to be honest, if your employee cannot speak well about you, if the only reason they are speaking well of your services or products is because they work with you, then I feel you've not
Because you
started.
pay them money.
Or because you pay them, that's all. Then I feel like that organization has not started. There has to be a lot your employees should do. They have to. For me, even when I was in content marketing, if I came back, if you ask me content markets, I want to talk about content marketing every time because of the impact it had left on me. And it was not just about the money. It was much more. It was the value. It was the culture. It was the structure, most especially, because these days, I mean, a lot of organizations don't have good structure when it comes to relationship between the management and the human resource department. There's this imposing of loading of decision. It's not like we can have a conversation. It's a domineering. This is what we are doing. This is how we do it. You don't have a say, and everybody just comes to work like that. So it's awesome to see that I hope everybody has learned, and CEOs here, future CEOs are learning that employee branding is very much important when it comes to brand building. Thank you very much, Onsi, for a question that says that. I was like, when it comes to staff, we used to have star employee in an organization. How do you manage a star employee that is not culture fit, that doesn't fit into your culture as a brand?
Okay, I'm sure you've seen that my understanding of this. I'm passionate about employee branding.
Yes, I think. Yeah.
I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to answer myself. So, how did you become a star? What criteria did you use to measure that? What standard? What makes you a star employee without imbibing the culture? You're not a culture fit, you're a star employee. What did we use to gauge? How did we measure that? How did we get to this? I know that this can be very conversational because of the human resources, but I'm into branding and communications. But for me, I think that your soft skills and your hard skills are what we're going to look at. And most times your soft skills are the things that makes it easier for you to fit into the culture of an organization. Do you understand me? So how did you become a star employee without all those things being checked? You can't be just good on the job. Now I'm going to say this. I don't think that I don't think I'm the best in the job that I do, but I think that my team is the best.
Teamwork.
It is a teamwork. I might be very good with execution. When it comes to strategy, I could be distracted. I'm not saying that is who I am. I'm only saying that it is a collective thing. So how did this person become a star employee and does not fit into your culture? As in how does the word star now comes to that person's name? You get it? It isn't about work alone. You understand? It is about other things. Now, I will say to you that some people are so good with the job. Oh, damn, very good on this job. Like they can churn out strategy, this, that. They might not be good with execution. Maybe their people's skills is not it. Do you understand me?
Yes,
so it is a mixed of thing. And there are some people, you call them that, okay, before gather your team and you have something to do. We are going to deliver. We are going to deliver. And the team will be excited. Yet the leader of the team, the only thing she wants to do or he wants to do is just to sit you down. Okay, guys, let's discuss. This is what we want to do. This. Hey, boy, you're the one. Yeah, start the slides. Madam, I know you very well. Yeah, come and sit down here. Start giving us what to write because I know you can write it better. Bros, you people rest now. Execution tomorrow morning. Do you understand me? So I think sometimes that was star employee. I don't know if companies still do that. What makes you a star employee? And you do not fit into the culture. Most people over the years that I've worked with and I have called my own star, my team star, are people that can work with people. Not necessarily the best of managers, not necessarily the best in maybe churning out strategy, thinking, but they are the people that can deliver on assignments. Like you give it to them, you go to sleep. Do you get me? They can pull team together, they can do this together, they can just together to get it done. But if you are one person that you want me to do the work, let me just do it. Let everybody please, I'll just do everything. You are a star. How can you be star? You get me now? So it all depends on the values of this organization and how you get to call this person a star employee. But that being said, in my own understanding and explanation, a star employee that it does not fit into the culture I mean, it is so odd for me. As I don't even know how to marry the two. But I always say that you have to bring him to fit into the culture. Is it that you did not tell him some things? Like, let me give you an instance. I'd worked in a communication agency where we said it is business casual normally. And this creative guy will always wear palm slippers. And this guy, then he can give you the best when it comes to designs, he brand identity. He's damn good. Bros, you don't wear slippers to the office. It is not part of what we do here. I'm not comfortable. But you are being paid. You're under an authority. We are not saying you should not eat. Do you have pains on your leg? Do you have injury on your toes? Why are you wearing? He said, okay, wear this thing. When you are in your office, thank God that your table is down. Remove it, but I must not see it. Other people too must not see it, because that's not what we do. We have to compromise. So anybody that does not, I don't know what culture we can be talking about that can be bad for humans. Do you understand? Except this is not even a culture thing that I'm about to refer to. It's about work ethics. It's about people after pandemic not in understanding that going to work every day is not compulsory. Going to the office site every day is not compulsory, except the kind of job that you do when you're not a medical doctor. You understand? Or you're counting money or some other things I cannot say now. Some of us, I noticed that, this heavy-handed, what's it called? Rules and regulation, we have not bent, we've not compromised, we are not flexible. This still goes back to not being human. We all have to be human together. I heard a story of a young person yesterday, not even a young person, but a senior person in the office. He got a job in Aja. He stays at Adeni Jones in Ikeja. Okay. And he said to me that, madam, this company do not do remotes. They don't do remotes. I said, oh, that's a big deal. They don't do remotes. Why not suggest hybrid? Have you seen your job description? Do you know what you're going to do? Do you need to sit every day? Or would you want to go for 2 weeks, understand, and probably propose that you do maybe once a week you're out of work, you're out of physical office? You understand? I said, no, they don't do it. They don't do it. There's no COVID. There's no COVID. Everybody must come to the office. There's no COVID. Babe, this person stays in Adini Jones. You want this person. You value this person. In fact, you've called him even before employment to join your strategy sessions on Saturdays about 3 or 4 times. You brought your strategy session to Ikeja. Hotel in Ikeja. But now to be working in Aja, he said he wake up 5:30. You understand me? This person, at the end of the day, he will not turn out good things. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
and they are saying, no. The rule is that, in my mind, I'm like, well, I can't deal. If you cannot be human together, yes, no matter how good the intention of the company is, wanting everybody to be at their decks, you should also be considerate. Things are evolving, they are changing, and you're seeing people are jackpying. Most of the people that are jackpying too, they've got remote job before they left. I know of my neighbor got a remote job. He's been on that for almost a year. Before they called him that he should come, he's going to be based there, and even based there, he's going to do hybrid, remote 2 days. You understand? And work 3 days. Work has left carry bag, dress up, go every day. It has become sit on the bed, deliver. Do you get it? At least you go maybe twice a week, 3 times a week. Now, this is a tough discussion. People are saying that it should be physical contact, blah, blah, blah. But we have 3 days physical contact. What do you want to do the next 2 days? When I'm not coming to inject somebody, I'm not coming to count money. I don't have a strategy session. Yet I can deliver. Is the little thing we can do is to put check and balances there. If I'm your boss and I'm saying to you, you are at work, and I call you 1 o'clock, I'm not seeing you online. We are not chatting. Maybe we have the app that the company could use to, we just have to put things in place to make life easier for everybody. Now back to it. Isn't the country itself hard? Isn't it tough? So why are you making it tougher on the process or in the terms of wanting to make rules and regulation? I'm not against it. You understand? I'm very law abiding. I follow rules and regulation. But the thing is that let's all be human together. Let's be considerate. Let's be flexible in things that we do. These people have taught us a lot. The generation, the Gen Z, the after COVID effect has taught us so much that we can achieve so much without physical contact. Even though physical contact is good, we can manage it. So that is where I would say I'll end on that particular one.
Wow. I don't know about all of you, but there's been a lot of light bulb moments, like a lot of wisdom being shown us. Thank you so much, Itiola. Your answer right now just brought me to my next question, and that is when it comes to employee loyalty and connection. We know that pandemic has first thought it has accelerated the adoption of technology. Now, and the way we work has changed forever. There's nothing we can do about that. Before, there was nothing like remote working or hybrid or that. Before, it has to be, you have to be on your desk 8 to 4, even if you are doing nothing. There was a time that someone was saying that many people just come to work, sit down there and they do nothing. I think it was COVID that exposed a lot of people and showed that a lot of positions were not necessary. They were not needed. These people were doing nothing. So the truth is now, how will brands sustain employee connection and loyalty amidst the great resignation and exodus of employees? How will they be able to sustain loyalty?
Okay. This question, I'm going to divide it into 2 parts.
Okay.
The first part is that amidst the exodus, the mass movement. Now, this mass movement might not, most times is not caused by the company. Except you're saying the mass movement is from tech to banking, from banking to communications or telecommunications. That is part 1. When you say the movement from Nigeria to overseas, oh my darling, we cannot help it. We, in your mind of mind and my mind of mind, we are ready to move if the opportunity comes. In fact, we are dragging the opportunity left, right.
I know, right?
Not that we are not well paid, not that we are not enjoying our jobs, but our future is what we are looking at. As much as I owed my PVC, I'm also trying my best to get residency, citizenship of another country. It is an open truth. It is an open secret. It's not something that we are all hiding. Everybody wants to jackpot. Now, my company is a good company. They pay me well being 100%, everything, blah, blah, blah. Can they stop kidnappers from kidnapping us on the road?
No.
Can they help with political instability?
No.
Can they help with electricity?
No.
Can they help with the school system, education?
No.
Now, that is beyond our companies. That is beyond our organization. It is a national issue, probably an African thing. Do you understand? Everybody wants to. Now, everybody moving, you must have heard that, okay, tech people are moving more, probably because they do this remote thing that transitions there. But the truth is, there's a bigger one. It is immigration, migration. People are moving in mass. They are moving as young people, moving as family for the sake of our children, for the sake of our own lives after this. When we retire, what happens? What happens, you're going, you end well, everything is going on well for you. You're sweet at work, everything is on point. But from work to home is not on point. It's a risk for you. Even work itself, the environment is a risk. It is affecting everybody, both you as an individual and as your organization. Everybody's scared, everybody's paranoid, So that movement, I'm sorry, cannot be stopped, except we all sit. It cannot even be stopped. We are looking forward to new political dispensation, hopeful, taking our PVC, wanting a change. If the change comes, if we allow the change to come, maybe we will sit. And we might not sit immediately. We will still want to test waters. You understand? But the beauty of the jackpot thing is that if the country becomes better, we're also coming back with expertise, with cultural, advancements and things to help the country. That is the parts, and a part that I've mentioned. The second part about employee loyalty and retention still boils down to employee branding, still boils down to us being human together. People are leaving organization because they do not value humans. People are leaving you because you do not, your values do not sync with their values. People are leaving organizations because you think that without you, we can't do anything. People are leaving organization because of the way you're treating your talents. Yes, every other place wants us, but we are here for a reason. So I think that to prevent that, when you were talking about connect marketing, you had said a lot of things about you loving this brand, about this, how this brand values human, how this brand does this, does that. Now you have worked in 2 places, you're going back. I know of a young lady I spoke to yesterday. We were in the same organization before, one of the leading communication agencies. She had left, and and I was just saying, how is your new place? And she's like, wow, I want to go back. Go back where, babe? Where we're coming from? I just started laughing. I said, why? I said, these people, I don't think they are human beings. So I understand what she's saying, because where you're coming from, we carry the logo of where we work. You understand me? Where you are, they do not see you as that person. If they do that, I said, we are not resources. We are humans. Papa, value us as human beings and treat us as that. That does not mean people will not move. Because if I do not move, I will not be in fintech. I might not be sitting here to discuss this with you or talk on this conversation. I will have this conversation. We would move. But our movement will not be that exodus movement. Then we would not have, there are some brands when people say, that's where you work. Why is everybody leaving till you left? I heard that person left everywhere. I'm even applying for a job. I saw that 10 people from your company are already working there. Then let's go and ask that question. Do you get it? Let's go and ask them now. Why are your people moving? You get what I'm trying to say? I still understand people moving in the same, people moving in the main problem, the main pain is people moving in the same industry. Like I'm in a bank, I'm moving from bank A to bank C to bank D. You understand me? It's not that I'm moving from banking to automobile or from automobile to telecommunications. Those are different things. Those are like, okay, particularly, it could be the person's dream. It could be the person's desire to move to other industry, to learn or to explore. But in the same industry, the movement, people are always moving from this particular bank. They're always moving from this particular bank. Go and check. Apart from money issues is a very key thing that people don't think it is. Then the well-being of the people, the relationship, how everything is so key. So you can't get my loyalty when you are not loyal to me. You are not loyal to me, I can't be loyal to you. Even though when we talk about loyalty, about employees and employer, is a pinch of salt. But we all try our best to be human together. And at that point, there are some organizations that you see people, you'll be surprised, like an agency, advertising agency. We are hearing that the creative director is like 10 years there. But you've not said to say that, what are they even doing for him, Gongo? I said, I intentionally use the word creative director because that those are the people that, when they do a job and people say, who did that? It's already selling itself. Strategies, and they are still there year in, year out. Go and ask what they are doing for them. You get it? So it all boils down to organization, appreciating who you have, learning to love them, and letting us value ourselves. Be committed to me first as an organization, and I'll be committed to you as an employee. I'm not saying my loyalty is 100%. It can't be, because I also have dreams and aspiration. But my loyalty will still be loyalty. That is, if I leave your company, I'll still talk about you every and anywhere I go. That means you must have done something to me. So I think that is it.
Wow. HR, CEOs, top management. I hope you can hear that. I think it was loud enough. Like employee, value employee. And on the flip side, I would say employee, be a good brand ambassador, because we also know that there are brands that do so well, and then the employees still go out there and misrepresent them. And do
those ones, then I have a moral justification to what's that? I just keep quiet. But when we've done our best and you're not representing us well, or you're speaking ill, or you're not carrying the values, we also, evaluate and see out of 100 of them how many people are doing this. If about 5-4 of you, then you are the bad eggs. It's not us, it might be you. You understand me? So, but it has to be the organization. Also, what is your plan for us as people working for you, aside giving us salary? There are some organizations that they want to lay people off and they'll call you in the morning. Dear madam, we are going through some challenges. We'll cease to see you after today.
Wow, that's what we
cease to see you after today. We'll pay you next month. Wow. Since you're not becoming, we'll pay you next month, and that is all. Some organizations, I don't know. Anyway, we've been around for a while, Susha. So it happens. It happens.
Please put it in the chat box. Say, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I hope we've not left you. I hope you're still on this journey with us. I hope you've not
Abisola, are you checking the time and say, don't leave me?
Okay, so we're rounding off already. And to round this off, I'll be asking one last question. So I think, what threats do you see due to cultural changes? What threats are you seeing for brands? And how do you think brands can future-proof these threats?
Cultural shifts and trends for brand. Like I referred you early in this conversation that transporters are the best people to pick this out for us. But we cannot but see that individuals, this let me say sudden celebrity status has come to stay. And with them, there's power. With them, there's influence. You understand me? So the trends you're looking at has left that part that, okay, people will review my brand, they will make comments on my adverts. You can just be sleeping on a Saturday and your brand is being cancelled or is being called out. I fear Twitter.
Yes, I do too.
So you just have to be on your toes, and you have to put people in charge of things like that. It has come to stay. We are becoming more vocal. We are becoming more expressive.
Okay, people.
We are becoming more like I said, expressive. It's about self now. We put ourselves before, and a brand that does not stand with us is standing with us, is standing against us. You understand me? So this shift is a major one, and I think that brand managers, brand custodians, marketing, even head of organizations is something we should know. You will be sleeping and you're hearing that your brand is being called out on Twitter. You are there watching or monitoring what is happening, and they are canceling you as if your life is going to end at that moment. But some of these brands too, if you had ad or you have your content creator, your voice you have amplified voices and people align with you, it's going to be a context on those medium. You understand me saying that, how did that happen to you? No, it doesn't happen. They did this to me. No, they will not take this. They will not do that. No, really, where did you get yours from? It doesn't happen that way. Do you understand me? Because you already have lovers. You already have people that your voices can be heard through them. But some of us are forgetting that part now. We are forgetting that part that the content creators are important factors in building our brands. They are voice amplifiers. We can't run away from that. We are forgetting this sudden celebrity status. We are forgetting partnerships. And we are forgetting organic growth, that we have people that can be our advocate. They don't have to be celebrities. I'm not against celebrity endorsements. I've worked for brands that it has worked for, and it will still work. But I'm saying that another part that you're not saying are people with pockets of communities, of like minds, of like interests, of like values, that will also be advocates for your brands, that will also be ambassadors for your brand. You need them. They can help. You need to amplify their voices for your own brand. It is very key. Brands should look out for that. Brands should look out for snackable videos that are not so more than a minute videos, that are a bit more organic, that are not sponsored. It is coming to stay, and I also know that we are all talking about fintech.
Yes, so
I don't know what will happen to when the net tech comes in, or tech net, I don't know what we'll call that. I am seeing a future in that. I'm seeing a future in that. Nigeria is yet to catch up so much with that, but it is still going to happen. It's still going to happen, and it's going to be a boom like this happened for fintech. There's still going to be agri tech too. There's a lot of things that will still come up. Tech has come to take over. Technology is the main thing, is a big deal. You have to be digital. You have to be aware. You don't have to tell me that customers are not online. I understand you. They are not online. When will they be online? Do you know? Do you understand me? So you just have to, we have to be fast-paced in terms of evolving and understanding our customers and the environment in which we play. Then we cannot just leave all this pop culture leveraging to the drinks, to the banks. Other brands will have to come into here, because your customers have divided attention. Do you understand me? So people are feeling it in, and before you know what is happening, you might not hear them. And have you forgotten that even our attention span these days is just so little? Because a lot of things are coming. We are consuming so much information. So if I'm consuming so much, and it's not fun, it's not humorous, it's not shorts. Have you noticed something that even these days it makes me laugh? I'll see on Instagram about 10 slides, narration, maybe somebody saying something that had happened to them. Hey, I will just see comments, I'll be laughing. For me, the first thing I'll do is be reading all the slides. After reading, I go to comments, I'll just say, what a generation, interesting. Summarize for me. I bet, what are they saying? Summarize for me. Somebody is telling you a story, and the story is about probably he was kidnapped, how he had entered a second chance, blah blah blah. One chance. You don't want to read at all. They're not even saying it's their data or whatever. They are saying, what is it writing? It's too much. Please, what is the cocoa of this thing? And is this generation you are looking for doing major adverts for? No, we'll go and meet them where they want us to meet them. It's just as simple as that. I just want to say something here to that. When we leverage on strengths, on pop culture, we have to be cautious because a lot of this gets outdated. I'm sure those days of Besule, Bebodie, I think Coca-Cola did Bebotwe. Is it there now?
Yeah.
I think now. A lot of things that come up, you choked something else will come up tomorrow. That is just this is just fast paced. So if you're leveraging on this and you want to put a big budget to do one Buga video or something, before you finish, I don't know, something else is coming up now. I don't know, I'll ask another something is coming up. And all these things, most time we get them from songs, or we get them from somebody's misfortune when he's discussing and saying something that happened to him. There's this video of a woman that keeps going. That I saw a viral video of a lady that was talking about how her husband, he caught the husband on bed with women. She caught the husband on bed with women. And that was, I think, I'm sure you must have heard it. She was saying it in the courts or something, that this court online, and this lady's voice is almost in every video. My matrimonial bed, and I hear it, and I'm like, this person's pain that she's saying that. But now let me tell you the beauty of this. This thing went very viral. People selling. Everybody's using this our voice. You understand? I think I can recall some of the things she said, that my husband with women on our bed, it's better to be alive than to be in a marriage and all of that. Few weeks after, personally, I felt pain. Maybe because I'm a woman. I'm like, is this person? She was in agony. She wasn't happy when she was saying this. Are we now all using it to sell our market online? But well, it was just my thoughts. Few weeks after, I just saw that they had gone to look for her, and she had come out to say that is her voice, so that we should follow her on TikTok. I'm like, okay, see, somebody else's problem. Me, I was even feeling for her, but she has seen a reason why she should monetize that. I just pray that she's able to sustain it and she has things to offer us, because that was just top of the moment at that time. And it went, almost every seller has that voice note, has that voice note on their product. So what am I saying is that sometimes this market is highly unpredictable, this industry. Anything, we are just a cruise people. Anything we just vibe with, it goes. So as a brand, your ears have to be to the ground, and you have to be connected to your audience and know the exact thing that they want to hear. You can't be selling adult diapers and be using Buga for them now. So you just have to, it is still that connecting, understanding, and knowing your audience. It is just very key.
Wow. This room is blowing up already. Like, one of the things that jumped out now was tech to take over. Tech has taken over. Tech is one of the elements of pop culture. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Itiola. I had a wonderful time. And I know that there's still lots you want to say. I know, because no, I can feel it. Like you can't exhaust it. It's your person already. It's who you are. So it's just radiate and all. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone has learned something. Just drop it in the chat box. Let's know what you learned, and make sure you come back and watch this video, because the wisdom in this life, this wisdom here, make sure it will be here. Come back and watch it. There's a lot of wisdom for you to learn. And don't forget, if you're looking for that organization that can help you leverage the pop culture, connect, marketing service, is your field. Once again, I remain Abisola, Stephen Olorosisi. And for you to know, I work in the marketing. They now bring me from somewhere else. I'm an ambassador. Thank you once again, Itiola. Bye. Have a good time. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome. A lot of wisdom for you to learn. And don't forget, if you're looking for that organization that can help you leverage the pop culture, connect, marketing service, is your field. Once again, I remain Abisola, Stephen Olorosisi. And for you to know, I work in the marketing. They now bring me from somewhere else. I'm an ambassador. Thank you once again, Itiola. Bye. Have a good time. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome.